The Debt Demolisher TV with Sophia Melonē.
Hi everyone, it's Sophia Melonē, the Debt Demolisher, here to bring you the tools, tips, and tricks to help you manage your financial baggage the right way. In today's episode, I want to share a reminder that any emergency aid that was granted to students due to COVID-19 is not taxable. One of the things that the IRS has introduced was that students and higher education institutions should report regarding the pandemic-related emergency financial aid grants that have been issued. So for students, emergency financial aid made by a federal agency, state, Indian tribe, higher education institution, or scholarship granting organization to a student because of an event related to the COVID-19 pandemic are not included in the student's gross income. Also, students should not reduce an amount of qualified tuition and related expenses by the amount of an emergency financial aid grant. If the students use any portion of the grants to pay for qualified tuition and related expenses on or before December 31st, 2020, they may be eligible to claim a tuition and fees deduction or the American Opportunity Credit or Lifetime Learning Credit on their 2020 tax returns. There are some publications and some more guidance that are available for higher education emergency grants, as well as some frequently asked questions that can help point you through those guidelines. And for the tuition and fees deduction, it's not available for tax years beginning after December 31st, 2020. So for additional information related to those credits, as well as tuition and fees deductions, you could always feel free to check out the Tax Benefits for Education, which is publication 970. When it comes to higher education institutions, and what they need to be aware of is that because students don't include emergency financial aid grants in their gross income, the higher education institution cannot or are not required to file or furnish any 1099 miscellaneous, which would then result in creating a 1098-T as well, as long as it's related to the COVID-19 or the CARES Act. But any amounts that qualify for tuition and fees deduction or the American Opportunity Credit or Lifetime Learning Credit are considered qualified tuition and expenses, and then that will require them to go ahead and report that so that the entities and the students can be able to use the 1098-T form and report that amount inside of box 1. Now, I know there are a lot of stipulations, there are a lot of things to read here, but this is just information for the institutional side, which is the education center that you actually pay tuition and fees to, and then for the student side as well, for you all to be able to see how you should be including, or whether or not if you should be including any of that income inside of your reportable income for tax year 2021. Stipulations have changed. A lot has changed. Some of you may not even have filed your 2020 returns. You may be doing amended returns. So this is an opportunity for you to be able to also do an amended if you need to. All right. So any amounts, again, that qualify for tuition and fees deduction are not considered or are considered qualified tuition related expenses. And you should be looking out for a 1098-T if that applies to you. Today's episode of the Debt Demolisher TV is brought to you by one of Sophia Melonē's products. Today's feature is about tax advisory services. If you have any questions related to individual income tax, did you know that you could receive advisory clarity by Sophia Melonē? Head on over to the website, sophiamelonē.com, select the option to submit one inquiry and add it to your cart. Once you do that, you'll be able to submit your inquiry and have your questions answered based on the email response that you will receive. Read through the post, understand that you can leverage Sophia Melonē for e-consulting services as it relates to you being able to gain clarity on your tax questions. So I hope that this is clear enough for you guys. I also want to go ahead and show you how you could access the publication 970, which goes over all of the tax benefits that are related to education. So feel free to head on over to the IRS's website and review that publication for your reference. All right, get to work.
The Debt Demolisher TV with Sophia Melonē. The Debt Demolisher TV with Sophia